We just went right into it. Okay.
See.
All right. We'll pull up a chair.
See.
Welcome, guys. We are on episode 20 of Lost Hombres. Almost forgot the name. No, I'm just kidding. We're here today. We got.
Me, Charlie.
All right, Charlie. Welcome, welcome. And what are we talking about today?
We're gonna talk about the agreements of within men and how we can be like a brujo blanco y brujo negro.
Yes. So we got white magic and dark magic, or black magic, whatever you want to call it, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, give me your background on like what you understand about this, or what this concept, like as far as like white and black magic goes. Like, where's this coming from? And give me your history and background on it.
Well, usually we don't talk about like it's in the movies, like saying like I'm gonna do a spell cast and gonna shoot blackly. That's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity this week to read about the four agreements. En español sería los cuatro acuerdos. Esa tolteca philosophy that they release and teach you how to do some certain magic.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when we talk, we are the only animals that we need to talk so we can communicate. No lions, no nothing. They know how to communicate with themselves. They have like their own
Yeah.
physical body how to explain themselves. But with us, it's always about words. And with those words, we can do like spellcast.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's gonna happen about this one. When you wake up, you always say like I'm stupid all the time, and that's what we're gonna call black magic.
Okay.
You're putting a cast on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting a deal on yourself. Like you know what? I agree with myself that I'm stupid and I'm gonna live stupidly.
Yeah.
If you think about it, that's a spellcast.
Yes.
Because you are spellcasting the thing that putting you on that binding thing, and you're gonna be thinking all your life that you're stupid.
Yeah.
That's a spellcast.
Yes. Yes, because words are powerful. Words actually are magic.
And it's kind of weird because it's go with your method, talking about it. Back in the day, they knew how to do it, and they stopped spreading the word because when los españoles llegaron, they were afraid that if they got that knowledge, they're gonna misuse it because they already had apprentices that they were misusing it, those kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the first agreement that we're talking about is be clean with your words. What we're talking about, be clean with your words. Now we're gonna talk about what magic. If that thing where we change it from stupid, I'm a genius guy, you're gonna make your own self a binding spell saying I'm a genius.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first agreement that says be clean with your words. What you're thinking about. If you can think about bad stuff, you can also think about good stuff for yourself.
Yeah, karma.
Karma.
Yeah.
So even if I'm with you, I'm telling you you're stupid. One of the things that you're gonna be thinking about, okay, I'm stupid. This guy is putting me in spell. I already put you in a spell because you believe that what I say it's true.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. You can also shield that thing.
Yeah.
How you can shield that thing? That person doesn't know you. And if he's saying that you're stupid, it's that because that person has like a wound inside him that's coming out.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, us, we're mirrors for other people.
Yes.
We are in, for Totecas, we're in a dream. Estamos soñando. This is the first dream, and we're living in a dream, so we can mirror all people. So when people see us, we can mirror their own flaws or the good stuff that they have inside them. Yeah. But if they have like a wound in there and they have the black magic, they're gonna spell cast on you. And because we put our own worlds first, que de nosotros. And so basically, because we put in our own world first, if this guy says stupid, I'm gonna be like, oh, this guy knows me. This guy knows what I'm going through. So yeah, I'm stupid. I mean, you gotta believe it.
And you can even think about it like so. You know, they used to like make references to like gods and things like that, or different situations, and like you don't want this to happen to you, right? And so, or like el cucuy te va a agarrar, or la llorona, whatever. Like they used to come up with these stories, and well, now they'll be like, you don't want to be homeless, and so that's the same thing as like you don't want. You remember what happened to Saturn? Yeah. You remember what happened with Jupiter? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, oh, I don't want that. See, and so it's just the word. Mm-hmm. The word is connected to a feeling. See. And it's the feeling they're trying to invoke that really matters. And it's like the word is whatever your conscious state can come up with to invoke that feeling in the end. Because the feeling is the thing we all have in common, right? That we all feel bad about bad words, right? We all feel bad, but the word bad is just dependent on what culture it is. Yeah. Or what you call it. But some people might say bad, some people might say spirits or voodoo or whatever, or negative.
Well, we can talk about another example. For example, there's a little girl that is singing, and the mom is already stressed out. She came back from work. She's like, you know what? I don't want to hear nothing about no noise, no nothing, because I'm really stressed out. And the little kid is singing. So the mom is really like frustrated and goes with the kid and just start yelling like, "You sing really rock bad. You don't have no talent." And what happened? That little kid has that binding spell.
Yep.
And when she gets
Exactly.
20 around, she's gonna be like, "I don't have talent," because she got a binding spell.
Exactly. It's a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are curses. Those are bad words.
Yeah.
Because bad words hurt the soul.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that little kid will be all her life living like saying like, "I don't got no talent." But there's a way that you can undo it.
Yes.
And you gotta face yourself. You gotta know yourself. So that what we're talking about, you can shield those kind of words. It's because if you know yourself and you know who you are and truly are, los Oltecas lo llaman mitote. I know you heard about the mitote. Mitote is a lot of noise, a lot of things with a lot of voices, and if we pay attention to that noise, we lose ourselves.
Yeah.
And we start believing other truths that they're not us.
Mm-hmm.
And because we don't know ourselves, every like bad words that they put us, or every binding spells, we gotta believe it.
Yep.
Until we're like, oh, you know what? I remember who am I. So yes,
You believe it because you don't believe in you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start believing in yourself and you start like focusing on yourself,
you stop believing in that.
Yeah,
because you start believing in you.
In you, because if they say you're stupid, you don't know me. I'm not stupid.
Or even better, it's like, yeah, probably in some things.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I gonna do? Like, say I'm perfect?
So if you understand that people, they're not mad with you, they're mad on themselves.
Yep.
And because when they see you, a veces como rosas like a wound that they have, and they start like crying about that. But it's not your fault. It's them like reflecting their own mistakes on you.
Yeah.
And because you don't believe in yourself, you don't know yourself, you start to believe what the other guys are telling you, and you believe on another truth that is not you. And that's the first agreement. That's the first one, the most difficult one to be like, be clean with your words with everyone, because whatever you do, you're gonna be paying at the end.
Well, it's like I tell people. So who beats the good guy?
Yeah, the bad guy.
Bad guy, right? And who beats the bad guy?
The good guy.
The honest guy.
The honest guy. Okay.
Because that's why bad people hate rats.
Yeah.
Tattletales and whistleblowers.
Yeah. But if you notice, truth can hurt. Like, be honestly, it can hurt, but it will heal you.
Exactly. And so that's why it's when you're the honest person, they say the good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
Yeah.
Because the truth is ugly.
Yeah. It is ugly.
But it's necessary.
It's cruda,
Exactly.
Sí.
But that's what's necessary. Life is ugly.
Yeah.
But in that ugly, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Because it's both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we talk also about agreements. So when we're little kids or younger or teens, we do our own agreements, our own code, our own philosophy and everything. We make an agreement, good or bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we don't find ourselves that we were with the dad and the dad is gonna be like, "You're not enough," we're gonna be in an agreement as a man, like, "I'm not enough." So I'm gonna be like always trying to fill out that void because I know I'm not enough.
Yeah.
But you
I felt that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I make a reference to that when I talk about what I felt. My dad told me I wasn't the son he wanted. So that stuck with me in my soul.
Yeah.
And so that's why I separate the physical and the moral law.
Yeah.
So there's the law and then there's ethics.
Yeah.
Ethics affects the what? The soul.
Yeah.
Law affects the physical.
Yeah.
And that's where they're different.
And you know what's funny? If you see kids playing around, they're free, they're wild. They're
not conscious.
They're not conscious.
They're just feeling.
And it was that.
What do animals do? You just said they're what? Wild. What are wild?
Wild, free.
Animals. But animals have order.
Yeah.
But they follow the order of what? Of nature.
And we don't follow
the natural order.
Yeah, and it's funny because us as animals too, we are the only animal who punish themselves on the same mistake one and over.
Because we're conscious.
Yeah. And we're still like having to punish. But if you see the law is gonna be. Are we already been punished by the law? Like,
but you know why this happens? Because we live in a society where they don't teach us how to love and support each other anymore. They don't teach that as like we don't teach as a community of human beings that want to feel good about life.
Yeah.
Because in a normal, think about like how are the cows that are in a farm compared to the cows that are in nature?
Okay. Son mejores nosotros.
Yeah, like which cows are fighting over food and which cows are chilling?
Just the one in the farm. So yeah, they're not doing nothing.
And he's like, "Yo, there's food over here, bros! Like, come on, let's go." They're not like, how do they have us? You know, like fending over or overfeeding us, right?
Yeah.
And we become addicted to what?
To the easy stuff.
Yeah, those cows move because their body's being healthy and they find food as a reward and then they chill with each other. that's grazing and living, right? That's what
Yeah.
the animals would do.
But that's the thing when we talk about on
How
that book.
stressed are those animals? That's it, like
Yeah.
compared to the
Yeah.
how are we living?
We're living like
We're,
chill.
we're the calf that they got what?
Yeah.
And so most of us aren't operating because we're literally under a prison.
Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about, that one, because most kids, they live hating their dads, but they don't understand that their dads were living in a system. They got domesticated to behave in a certain way because that's society. They keep stripping you, and you start hating them because they give you the same system and you follow the same footsteps. So you don't follow by that one. But that's the thing. You gotta remember that whatever fits for you, that you feel good, even if it's like a likely thing, that's good for you. You gotta remember who you are. You gotta stop like that, and you gotta forgive your parents.
Because what you're looking for is that connection between that positive and negative state, which is the coherence.
Yeah.
The coherent state. Coherence is common sense.
See.
Right? It's current. It's the same. It's the same word. It's like that's what.
Yeah.
This is why language is funny.
No,
because it's all the same feeling, but we have like 10 different words for that same feeling. But it's the same thing.
Nah, there's a thing that you talk about your method that I like. That you say that the head's gonna be the doll and the tummy's gonna be the little kid.
Yeah.
There's like a point that they talk about in the book that's kind of similar, but in a bad way. So the adult, they call it the judge.
Yeah.
And the little kid, they talk about the victim.
Mm-hmm.
And we find ourselves that we following the pattern because we have an agreement to be like the victim. And because we have the judge, because our parents told us like how to behave, we always judging ourselves because of that other thing. And we're playing the victim because we don't want to be responsible for what's going on.
Yeah.
So what happened? That's a little kid that's playing the victim because the little kid's like, no, I don't want to do that. Or yeah, and the judges, the adultos are always like, no, you gotta be always
exactly. No hay espíritu en la casa.
Yeah, and the thing is, you gotta like stop and say, wait a second. Maybe the methods that they teach me, my dad's or the society, they're not the right ones.
Exactly.
For me.
Exactly. Yep. So you can't be yourself.
Yeah.
You're struggling at being who?
Myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know who you are, and the book talks about that thing. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's the Sebastian method. But talking about like white magic and dark magic, we are. The book talks about we are brujos. Everyone's brujos because we are the only animals who can like say words and spell cast.
I will add one thing to that.
Yeah.
There is a difference between men and women.
What?
Men typically are more like you would say wizards, and women are more witches.
Yeah.
Because witches are more about what feeling and spell and like the spell with nature and like crafting and like pomadas and like think about your grandma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? There's something in the book that they talk about men and women. The thing is, when you fall in love, it happens mostly with the women. They want to believe that you can read my mind, like because you're in love with me.
Because what's telepathy?
Oh my.
No. It's reading bodies.
It's reading bodies. Okay,
it's reading feelings at a distance. It's not. It's not. No. So you should be able to read their what?
Yeah.
Their mind.
And that's kind of funny because when the other guy or girl fails on the trial that she's putting, like, okay, because you love me, you know what I want, and because they fail on that, they're like, entonces no me quieres. And it's kind of funny because it's like, no, that you need communication. You need to like spell things, like tell me spells.
And then once you understand completely, you don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
Because then you do know.
Yeah.
Because then you know. Because you've turned on your what? Your common sense, your aura. You can read. You read their energy, so you already know what they need.
Okay.
That's what ends up happening by the end of it. And another thing, when you spend a lot of time with the same person, you start being able to just know.
Yeah, no, because you're starting like vibrating the same frequency.
You're harmonizing with them because you were meant to do that with them. That's why you connected with them since the what?
Still the same thing. Yeah.
The beginning, right? So just like our energy is what?
Yeah, la sinergia.
Exactly. The first dimension was like, "What's your name?" We just started talking, right? Like we just started getting along. That's two energies. Just what?
Yeah, signage just.
How many walk by and you don't even?
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
You know, I remember when the first day I saw you in the clinic, and I was like, "This guy's cool. Let's talk about it." And we were behind the Tesla de la Caro, and you were like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you chilling?" And you estás contando tu método, and I was like, "This guy's genius." And you start like singing on the street, and I'm like, "This guy's cool."
There you go. See?
Yeah, and it happened. We didn't talk about it.
No.
That's
the vibe.
Yeah,
that's frequency.
Yeah, it's the same thing with with your pareja.
Mhm.
But in the beginning, they start like losing it, and you know it's kind of funny when you like someone, you highlight the best stuff, but when you see like there's like too much love, and because they highlight the bad stuff now.
Yeah, because you started on a lie.
Yeah,
It wasn't
te
real.
mientes because you're not honest with
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly. And again, the relationship, if it's gonna just work from the beginning because that it was a fit,
Hmm.
right? So the way that works is this. First of all, in a relationship, you gotta know as the guy, like as or whoever's. Let's put it this way: whoever's gonna be the giver,
Yeah.
the provider, the structure needs to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
First of all, right? That's somebody has to have a structure. Okay, that's the adult, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Like somebody needs to like know the operations,
Mhm.
and then somebody is going to be the comforter,
Yeah.
the feel gooder. Someone's got to be the one really good with stress, and someone's got to be one with fun.
Yeah.
And then these people combined, and then they work as a team. Because I need to give. If I'm going to work so hard, I want to give to somebody that knows how to what
Yeah. This stuff.
appreciate it, and then provide what
Provide stuff.
adoration, love.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like whatever that is to help the other person be like, yes, like,
See.
and again, like I'm gonna take care of them because they take care of me, and I'm gonna take care of them because they take care. See how it kind of works, but it's like a different type of taking care of, right? Like as a man, I want certain things from my partner, and as a woman, they may want certain things from their partner.
Yeah.
And you're gonna find somebody that wants the thing that you want, and you get, and then there you're what? That's your person. Now there are things that you could say that more than likely, because when you are the provider, you're creating the structure, that it's better that you know what you want in a relationship, and then the other person can then plan what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
And so you have to really know what you want, and it has to stay consistent, because if you keep changing the plan, that's just going to stress them out, because they're not the what
They're not thinkers.
they want. Just tell me what it is.
Yeah. Because they don't want
Don't
to
ask me.
Yeah, they don't want to think about
I
it.
don't want to. I just want to. Just tell me.
Es lo que los domestican. You gotta be like this, so you don't highlight on other stuff, so people they don't reject you. And we're looking for that thing that people appreciated us. And what happens? Because we paying attention on the noise, we start losing our powers. We don't have black magic, no white magic, no, we have nothing. We start losing powers.
Because what happens is, so the power comes from spirit,
Yeah.
and spirit is turned on when you pull. Like, so think of your spine. So something that's interesting about humans, right? I don't know if you know this, but we're the only animal that our spinal cord goes into our head.
Oh, really?
All the other animals have it. That's why they all look like that. They got that curve. Think about what animal doesn't. What animal's like this?
No one. Wow,
Even a giraffe is like what?
Yeah, it's like
slanted a little bit, right?
Sí.
Because they're bowing to the universe.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. What are we doing?
We're up. We're not bowing.
We are exactly.
We're not bowing.
We're receiving.
Yeah.
They are with.
They
are a part of. We are the
Makes
viewers.
Sense. We getting the
That's
signal.
why our spine goes up like that. It's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
an antenna.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Maybe our bones on an antenna.
Yeah. So that frequency is what's the two sides of you, the lower and the upper.
Yeah.
And that's the thought and the feeling, and that's the combination of the both.
There's also a
and this
thing.
also connects with the heart.
There's also a thing on the book that's saying like sometimes you get like ideas or voices or something that is talking about you.
Yeah.
But let's say that because the mind can travel for different dimensions. And we get in the thing, but because we're not aware, that's why we get in those noises. Because we're super disconnected, we lose some powers.
Yeah, that's conscious state.
Yeah.
So the apple from Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
You know what it's called?
Sí, la manzana.
Of what?
Awareness, I think it was. No.
Of knowing what?
Good
and evil.
Good and evil. Okay.
So what happens when you bite? Now you know that there are bad and good people now.
Yeah.
And so you can't live in what? Ignorance. Because ignorance was bliss.
Yeah.
Heaven.
Yeah.
But now you have to live where?
Yeah, on the awareness.
In reality, because you're about to be able to bear what?
Yeah.
Children.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to bear children, you have to know that there's what? Evil.
Evil. Okay.
Because if you just lose yourself, right? That's not lost in the same way, but if you lose a child.
Okay. If
you can lose a partner.
If you lost, okay.
If that's good, and you're gonna call the world what?
Evil. Yeah. Also, yeah.
Or something bad. People could have a bad what?
Yeah, my thought.
And then.
Yeah. And that's one of the other things.
But that's the freedom of what? Creation.
Creation. Okay.
Because if you don't have that conscious state, you're not a creator. You're just a what?
Just a living thing, an animal. Yeah. Mango. Yeah, that's another thing that it talks about in the book. That it's like one of the things that you gotta believe that even people is like telling you happy stuff, like, hey, you did it, blah blah. You have to not believe on what they're saying. And they're saying like you're a god or you're a legend. You cannot believe that. Why? Because if they were mad, they will tell you the backward stuff. So you gotta believe like, oh, thank you, but I know I'm this. Thank you for your thing, but I'm this. You gotta believe always in staying true.
It's faith.
And faith.
Yep.
Because people that can tell you like, man, you are a legend. Thank you, but I know I have my mistakes, so I'm this. So you gotta always believe, because at the end of the day, all what we see is likely.
And I also do this. I also should say this though.
Mm-hmm.
If I do get a compliment like that, I always am ready to receive because I've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask for this.
Okay.
I'm being earned. And if God told him to tell me that, if that was the word that he chose to release that day, because he didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
But something in him what?
Yeah. So there you go.
The other day I was walking around with my pirate costume, and part of me was like, hoping somebody would say like, yeah, it's Captain Jackson or something, right? Nothing, nobody. And for the entire time, except one little girl, and it was just a passing comment like, you look nice, or something, like you look like something, like you look nice, like your outfit looks nice. I think she said your outfit looks nice, and then that was it. And there's just one little girl. That was it. The whole night. But I was like, that's what I asked for.
Yeah.
I asked the universe like just one compliment, and it did give me one.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it did the thing, and that's being humble.
How we can call it on the book white magic. That's white magic. That's how it works. People believe that you need those velas, you need this and that, blood. No, it's just manifest and spell working. You can tell me right now, you know what? I'm gonna become the best world drummer, one of the best ones, because I'm believing in that, and because I have faith in it.
Yes.
It starts to believe there's a spell cast now.
Some people think that by putting the energy into an object, it's like almost like writing something out.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like they're putting it like they're using their energy and like into the object, which is the same thing like when something's cursed.
Yeah.
It's not that the thing is cursed.
Yeah.
It's that the words you keep saying is summoning it.
Yeah.
So if you keep saying the name of it,
yeah, it's gonna summon.
Yeah. So you could technically say that there are demons or gods that no longer exist because no one says their what?
Yeah.
Their name.
The name.
But how often do we say the devil?
Not often.
But like how often people refer to the devil compared to other gods or whatever, right?
Not too much.
So that's referred way more than any other one. Like everyone's like, el demonio, right? And they're not they don't talk about like, I don't know, like what's an ancient one, like what's the Hades? They don't talk about Hades. They're like, oh, Hades has got you, right? Because it's the word now that what is giving it
power. Yes.
And so that's the bad vibes.
Yeah.
Is that now you've allowed this thing to control your what?
Your world.
Frequency.
Your frequency, everything.
And so this thing is hurting you. This thing is affecting you.
Yeah.
But it's because you've allowed this word to have that much what?
Power.
Over you.
Yeah. And we start believing that we need this and that. But no, man, the only thing you need is have faith on your own words. But that's the thing, we lose ourselves because we live in a system that el libro lo llaman domestication.
Yes.
But everyone has like a different concept. Even then they talk about like heaven, they talk about like los Toltecas al cielo le decían sueño.
Yeah, because they're all these are the laws of the universe.
Yeah, Buddha called it nirvana. So yeah,
it's like, the law of the universe. Yeah.
It's the law
again, when I say the name doesn't matter, it's because we all talk different what?
Yeah. Different
languages, but we're talking about the same what?
Same law.
Feelings
and everything. We have
because that's the universal
law.
Language. Yeah, law, right?
Yeah.
Is feelings.
Yeah.
So all humans are connected by
the feeling.
Because I could take someone from India, right, that's born, and put them in a different country, and they're still gonna, and someone from here, and they're all gonna share the same what?
Information.
Feelings. Now their consciousness is gonna be completely because their language and everything and their whole self. Even though I plucked them out and put them here, but they both will understand what?
Give me same
Feelings.
Feelings. They understand because when they yelling at you,
Because
you
that
know,
helps you connect to what? People.
Yeah, exactly. Because we need people, and that's the
And that
thing.
helps us connect with animals.
Yeah,
Because animals what?
just follow
Feel.
orders. Feel. Oh damn, that's right.
We can tell when it's injured. We can tell when it's depressed. We can tell when it's. They even tell you like the animal looks depressed.
Yeah, se pone triste, se pone hacia abajo.
Yeah, it's a feeling.
But because of us as humans, because we live in society that we hide everything, we don't know when we have depression or not.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't know what's going on with me.
They don't understand why, but they are experiencing it.
Yeah.
Like they don't question it. They just let it what?
Let it flow.
They don't suffer like we do. They just let it happen.
And that's the thing. That's one of the things that the book talks about. We always punish ourselves all the time. The judge and the victim. We play the victim because we don't know what to do, everything, and we get addicted to that kind of pain. And we stop like focusing on ourselves and just follow our pattern.
It's the lopsidedness, right?
Yeah.
They're negative.
Yeah.
And so negativity, right? Misery loves company. Well, so it's the negativity with the negativity. People that are depressing are draining to be around because no matter what you do or say, they're always what?
They're always like,
Low energy.
No energy.
It's like when you're at the end of that relationship and they're like, they're just, what's up? Nothing. And you're just sitting there awkwardly and like nothing. And like, you don't want to leave them because if you leave, then you feel like you're abandoning them. You don't want to talk to them because they don't want to talk, but you also don't want to do too much because then you're going to bother them. So like, you know.
Ya no sabes ni qué hacer.
And so it starts to what?
Focus.
Drain you.
Drain you. Because you're carrying something that you don't have to carry. Yeah.
They're sucking the energy out of you because you're not doing anything with it. So it's wasting you.
There's another thing in the book that talk about son como bichos. We have
You
bugs.
start feeling hopeless.
Yeah.
What do kids feel?
Yeah.
I'm never going to go.
Uh-huh.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's spell casting too. The little kids like putting out on spell casting because they started to believe in themselves or whatever is going on. And they play the victim.
Bingo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when you start hitting them with the light, the truth, what do?
Empiezan como que,
The demon.
The demons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've let themselves go to the dark side.
See.
Literally.
Is that they teach them how to be in there. That's why. But that's the thing. We gotta hug the angel of death. You gotta die first so you can be yourself again.
Yeah, your ego death. Is that what you're? Yeah, you just gotta. Oh, well, another thing about that is, for me, like accepting God in the same sense for the angel of death is that you realize it's an angel because death is just the process for going to heaven and restarting the cycle.
Mhm.
So it's an angel and it's not a demon because it's taking you to the source so that you can play again.
Mhm.
That's why it's the angel of death. Because death is about going to heaven.
Yeah. Going to heaven, yeah.
Yeah, people fear that, but it's like, wait, that's actually a good thing.
Over there in the book, they call it el sueño. Heaven, they call it el sueño. And it's
That's
kind of cool.
exactly, that's what it is.
It's a dream.
That's when that's what you do when you go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, you go to heaven.
Yes.
Yeah, you go to heaven.
Because you're calming the what? The mind and body. To go to bed, you have to calm what?
Mind and body.
Because if you're stressed out, you're not what?
You're not going to sleep.
And if you're depressed,
you're
up. Exactly. So you need to what?
Yeah.
And then you knock them out. You literally knock out. You're out. So you go where?
To heaven.
Because you're conscious. You're actually. So the same thing with meditation. You actually what?
You're just trying to
activating
focus.
the source.
Yeah. Aquí.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can activate source.
Yeah.
So you can experience it. Yes, you're experiencing the data. The other side. That's why you start seeing the geometry, the shapes, the symbols, the stuff. You start going like, what the hell?
Yeah, and one of the other things that I love about the book, they say like we mirror other persons, so we are like magicians. So because we are like in the frequencies, when we talking, I can like cruzar una de tus heridas, and you can reflect that thing.
And so that's why when you get in a circle and
Yeah.
you all start meditating and doing it together,
Yeah.
you actually start to create a frequency
Sí.
as a unit.
Healing thing. You're starting healing your own self.
Yeah, you start summoning the spirit.
Yeah.
You start activating because you start moving it together, and you start getting like in a frequency.
Yeah.
As a unit. That's why it's sometimes you can call music concerts and venues rituals
Yeah.
because they're summoning what?
Human spirits.
Energy
Energies.
with certain frequencies.
See.
And so they're summoning certain entities.
Some people start crying. Some people be happy. Some people get mad. Some people. It's because you start to release all that you've been like having on yourself. And the book talk about that because we're like oppress ourselves.
However, the music, sometimes think about it this way. Certain music makes people naturally what?
Anger?
Move.
Okay.
Right? They start moving. They start following and they can't what?
They can't like
help
it. Yeah.
So see, music can literally mind control you in a way. Yeah.
Well,
because you start doing it without what? Even knowing.
You know, they talk about Hitler too over there in the book. They say like, see that guy believed that was true, that what he was telling me, and he like lied to all the people, like mind controlling. That's the power of the words, and that guy could be like a black or white magician. Yeah. But he did it. He controlled a whole country.
Oh yeah, cults. That's black magic.
Yeah, he did a black magic stuff.
And right now the Republicans are doing black magic.
Yeah.
Israel doing black magic.
Well, that's a different concept. We don't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing these different places. What they end up doing is what you would call sacrifices.
Yeah.
That's why the Epstein Island stuff.
Okay.
That's why they're doing stuff there. That's why why has it not been released yet? It's been what? Oh yeah, how long?
Yeah.
That was supposed to happen how long ago? Because there's things that are connected and they use black magic.
Yeah, it's black magic. We can use white magic too. And people, they believe that, no, we're gonna need the vela, we're gonna get the 7 mechas and everything. Well, that you can focus on that and helps out, but most of the time it's just the words. Wait, because when you with a brujo too, and they like, okay, I need you to say these words. They ask you to say those words, and you gotta say this and that, and you start saying it, and people, they don't notice that they doing spell.
Yeah. Yeah. What the spelling?
Yeah, because they start to believe on those words.
Yes. What are spelling tests?
Oh
yeah.
Spelling
test. Words.
Ay, son un Harry Potter acá aventándose los niños, ¿no?
Yeah, literally. Yes. Well, that's why they have you saying things like the Pledge of Allegiance to what?
Yeah. It's because you have to believe on those words. That's the magic on there. And people is like, nah, that sounds boring, but it's true.
If you keep hearing the same tune, you start what? Repeating it. And if they tell you, if they keep telling someone the same thing, they eventually start to what?
Repeat it.
Believe it, right?
Believe it.
How many abused people do they tell you that they were told the same thing over and over, then they're just what? Actually believing it.
And you know what? I'm gonna put it a little like, como un poquito de anime. You know who used those words and what we're talking about? One Piece. Okay. In the last, well, I don't know if you're following the manga.
No.
Well,
I've never I know about it. I know all about it, but I don't know. I've never seen it.
Garp and Roger, they're fighting a guy. It's on the recent one. So Roger's like, you know what? I got like an extremely strong haki. I have my armament haki. I have my conquer haki, and this guy is like pumping me up. And Garp says one thing. It's because no, your haki, you gotta focus on yourself. You know, if you focus on the other guy, your haki's gonna be like, it's not gonna be strong as the other guy because that guy is trusting in himself. And I was like, damn, haki already is talking about what we're talking about. If we focus on ourselves and believe on the dream, we can have haki conquer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
we have powers. We have abilities.
We have abilities.
That's why some people like have the ability to like sense people's feelings more. Some people have the ability to connect things more and like seek it, like understand the world in different ways. Like other people are like they are more like in a nature. They connect more with like everyone has like abilities. Like it just they just need to understand what their DNA is made for. Like your DNA is made to do something. And you just need to figure out what that thing is.
And we always gonna be white or black witches or brujos. How we want to talk. I would like to talk about brujos, pero honestly, if we believe in ourselves, we can project that energy on other ones. Because if we have like a strong aura, for example, strong leaders, you feel that they're the leadership. You feel like their power. Like, hey, I believe on myself and believe what I'm gonna say right now, and you believe it.
Yes. Yeah. Because they're authentic.
Yeah, and because
it's authenticity.
It's authenticity, and because you're putting in a binding spell, you start falling on that binding.
And you start realizing a leader isn't somebody that's above you; it's somebody that's just guiding you. You're working in it's like a herd. You're all together. Like I'm leading the pack.
Yeah.
Because we're all the same.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like controlling an ant farm.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's like when you're in a pack, you're one of them. You know, and when you start thinking that you're the leader of like a, you know, if you start controlling them, you're not.
And that's the last thing that the book talks about. It. There's a big difference between a soldier and a warrior.
Mhm.
A warrior always knows themselves. They know what they want. They know how to do it. They know their tools and everything. A warrior knows from the tips for the toes to all the way on the top of the head. But the soldier, what they do? They just follow orders.
Yeah, because they don't have a soul.
Yeah.
In the sense that they turned it off, right? Because they got to be killing machines.
Mm-hmm.
What's a machine? Thing that thinks but doesn't what? It
Feel.
just does.
Yes.
So it operates. So they have to turn that off. That's why when they come back, they struggle.
Yeah.
Because they have to turn back feelings. But again, now they were a killing machine. So now they feel bad about what?
Mm-hmm.
What they did, because now you're telling them to feel again.
Yeah.
And you told them to turn that off and that it would be okay. And now that they're like, wait, I'm feeling now. Now that feeling is messing with them.
Yeah.
And now that remorse is starting to infect them.
And that's what they talk about it was how to be a warrior. You gotta like accept the good and bad things that you did in your life because that's part of your human life.
Yeah, and it's also different when you're in a like combative war with like old school knights running around with swords and shit, you know? Like you were dying for your people,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you go to another country that's nowhere near your land for reasons that you're not quite like morally aware and why, that's when it becomes like, why am I doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you do bad things and you're like, but like, why did we do
That's
that?
because your dad and mom put you an idea that you gotta follow it because they got domesticated and you got also domesticated and follow that thing. And when you're like in that thing, you're like, I didn't want that thing. And because you know yourself, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like when we were used to like fighting for our land,
Yeah.
there was like honor in that.
Yeah.
And like you went home, but like you died for your people.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're in another place, you know, defending something that's not like the same thing as your homeland, it's not the same, and so it affects you differently. So there's like a sense of like guilt, I would imagine, that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's different because you're not allowed to talk about these things when you go home. In the old times, everybody would talk about it. It was like, oh, did you see Henry
Yeah.
on the horse? Did you watch the arrow? You know, like you guys are all going back all beat up, like, you know, humanity was different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of secrecy in this world right now. Everything's about what?
Secrets.
Hush money,
Yeah.
dark money,
Yeah.
the dark web.
Yeah.
Everything's dark. Everything's
Uh-huh.
shadows and
Shadows and
behind closed doors, and that's like normal now.
Yeah.
Even politics.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
What isn't behind closed doors?
What is that?
What isn't? Like right, everything is. Your parents, the legal system,
Yeah.
everything. We don't have an open society anymore.
Okay, no, you're right. We got domesticated because we gotta follow in a pattern because we want to be acceptable of other people. So if we,
So everything's behind what now? And so there's no actual reality.
yeah, we follow just a pattern and we stop like being us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like let me explain something about magic too. Like this is important. And I don't know if I taught you this one. This might be a new one for you, but so like you know how like when I do this, you can see like the water, right? And it has that vortex, right?
See.
That spin. Okay. So you ever seen like imagine like you ever seen like what if I had like a thing down here and I opened it up, right?
Mhm.
And so I started spinning it. What would happen on the bottom? You'd start seeing what?
See,
The
the
vortex.
tornado.
The same thing, right? The little like vortex, right? And like you've seen those little things like when you're a kid, you shake it and it's like it has both sides and they're both going. Or if you looked at like an hourglass, right? It's passing through. So that same phenomenon that you would see. So while it's flowing through it, there's gonna be a moment like that perfect moment, right? Where it's right in between both. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the present moment. Just like in reality, right? But it's just a what? It's
Yeah.
just passing. So
Yeah.
it's just a moment of many
Okay.
in a what? A flow.
A flow.
So
okay.
time is like a liquid.
Liquid. Okay.
So it's a liquid, just like we're moving through this flow.
It's a flow. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a liquid because everything that's within. So imagine like all the elements that are stacked because we're actually in air. We're walking. We're in air right now. So It's like water, but it's so light that we what? We don't feel it.
No.
But it's literally
Yeah.
because if something hit in the atmosphere, what's it hitting? Air pressure.
Yeah.
So it's literally what burning it
Yeah.
because there's so much the pressure of the air fighting back.
Yeah.
It's there. You just don't see it, but it's there. So this pressure that we're experiencing. So this is the same thing as what you would see in this present moment, right? So what ends up happening is right now in reality, we're doing that same thing. So I want you to take this concept and then put it forward and backwards. So in front of you, you have this like vortex opening up over time, right? And behind you, you also have a what?
Oh, that vortex.
And you are right now a moment in this flow.
Okay.
And so the flow of time is actually coming where? Because how do you experience it?
Okay. Tell me.
Forward, right?
Forward.
Only for you.
Yeah.
Me, my entire reality is what?
Yeah. Forward.
Yours
Forward.
is the same thing.
Yeah.
So, or you could even see with your eyes, right? You're literally opening up, right? Okay. So just like so whatever hits your eye, it flips over, right? Too, right? So there's a reverse land too. So even that, more fun there. Okay, so you're looking forward, and in front of you, in space time, there's an infinite amount of possibilities.
Sí.
Okay, so the further I go through space and time away from myself, the more variety is gonna what? So you've seen Loki, or have you ever like? So there's that little thing, right? And then there's two what?
Two
Branches.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
I think
The same thing.
Yeah.
So that same the vortex is the possible timelines that can exist within this what?
This universe.
This exactly this reality that branches out from like a root,
Yeah.
like lightning bolts, like roots out, right? Okay, so those are streams, like rivers.
Yeah.
So that's flows of time. So that's forward, and then behind me is also what?
Yeah. Past.
Flows of time from the past.
Yeah.
And so now what I'm saying is that I got all these different realities in front of me and all these different realities behind me that could have been. So it's like the X-Men, right? Future, present,
and
past.
Yeah.
Now this is where I can start holding flow and start what?
Now I'm moving.
Guiding it, right?
Guiding.
Literally changing the flow of time to meet the timeline that I want based on the timeline that I want, the flow of time that I seek.
Yeah.
I will now change my current reality to align myself that if I work my life and I mold myself, that reality will start to what?
Yeah. Go.
I will literally start to bring it to me, and it will start to what? Become more real.
Yeah.
Right now, it might be over there.
But it's gonna become a person.
Exactly. But this present will one day be my
Past.
But that's how I got to this current flow
And that's the thing.
in time.
And that's the thing, because we have a good judge and we have a victim over here. We don't make the good decisions. We start moving and it just fall off.
That turns off.
Yeah, it turns off.
Because you have to turn on to have that.
Yeah, because you can make decisions.
Your chakra flow is not there.
Yeah.
You're not flowing.
No.
So once that flow, the electrical currents there. What's current?
Flow. Flow.
Right? That's life. That's life. Water, movement.
Yeah.
Your heart is moving plasma through it.
Yeah.
You're actually making something negative into what?
Positive.
Literally.
Yeah. Flowing.
Blood.
Yeah. Oh, sí, cierto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're oxygenating. What is that? That's energy.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
So you're actually. So what do we do when we break something? We cause what? Energy.
Energy.
So you are actually. That's the battery.
Yeah.
So just like your battery's making DC for your car.
Ooh, yeah.
You're like a car, except you don't have to turn the car off to not blow it up.
Yeah.
You just eat.
Yeah.
And you just keep going. That's
I
why
feel.
you never have to replace your what? Your battery.
Because it's always moving. Yeah.
You're always producing conduct. Yeah.
It's non-stop.
Mm-hmm. Because that's your soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Perpetua.
So that's how you mold reality to build your own, right? Oh, whoa. Captain Jack Sparrow, yo, what up?
Oh, tenemos a alguien. That's cool.
I know, right? We got Captain Jack Sparrow. I wonder how long ago they said that. People. All right. So, okay, so we're moving forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the other crazy part about reality. So you got this, right? Now, right now, we're both experiencing the same what?
Energy.
Reality, right? Because we're both in the same universe.
Yeah.
Okay, but within that, remember I have an unlimited right of
Yeah.
timelines. Well, guess who else does?
Everyone.
You.
Me.
Yeah, everyone. So
Yeah.
now, because we're within each other's what? Now
Yeah.
that's double the what?
The frequency.
Infinite.
Infinite.
That's 2 infinites.
Okay. We're just in the story class.
Because we both have our own independent infinites.
Yeah.
Well, now we have 2
Yeah.
infinite possibilities of fucking shit that can happen. See?
Yeah.
And now we're in double land.
Yeah.
More.
Because we're making decisions right now.
Exactly. And I can't control what? Your infinite, because that's your. You didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
See? You didn't know. But see, that's one of those examples.
Yeah.
So infinite amount of probabilities. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. So now you know we share one reality in an infinite amount of probabilities.
Yeah.
But this is what gives us our what?
Power.
Because we're in what? Constant motion with the flow of
time.
So time is flowing with us, so it's giving us power, right? Like a dam, like or whatever, those little like wheels.
See.
They're moving. That's us. So we get movement.
Yeah.
Right? Literally, it's movement.
Like a train.
I'm getting movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if somebody starts to lie, what happens?
What's up?
Lie.
Lie. Okay, we stop it.
Because they're all their power now goes into what?
Into a lie.
Holding an illusion.
Yeah.
So all their willpower is now faking it.
Yeah.
So they're not real anymore.
No.
So they're not living where?
Now
in our reality. And that's why we're still what? Current. And strong. We have power because we're still with the flow of time. They've what? They've lost time.
And
they're lost in time.
But you know why they start lying? Because people, they're afraid to be seen that they're not perfect. That's why. And they start living in an illusion. Because they want to be
so perfect. That's their magic right now, is to hold it.
It's like magic.
It is like a black magic. And it doesn't work with the light. So us, like, we don't fall for that. Why? Because we'll ask the right questions. And then we know that the truth will what?
Always come true.
Exactly, with time.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry because it doesn't affect what? Me. It affects who? I haven't lost my power. I get to what? I get to sustain mine, and I know they're miserable. But when they're ready to change, you'll see that I'm what? I'm happy. I'm living good. I'm holy. You could say I'm whole. I'm whole.
Yeah.
Right. I'm good. Right.
Because you know yourself. You know
exactly
yourself.
And so when they're ready to let go of that illusion, that's when they'll be ready to what? To change.
But that's the thing. Even if they have their own illusion, because they have their own judge, they start like knowing that they are making lies. And because of that thing, they start like punching themselves because they're lying. That's
why they've lost their current, because they start living where? In the present or past, or in a mix of both. So they're always worried that someone's gonna what? Catch them in a lie, or that they are living a what? A lie. And either one of those is draining their what? Power. They have none. Really.
And they're always in defensive mode because us as human beings, we put our world first that they're the other guy. And because they're lying, they're gonna be like, if they say like a keyword, they're gonna be this guy knows.
Yep. And they'll usually start avoiding you because they know that you'll what? You'll call them out. And so they'll start saying negative things about you, but eventually what's gonna end up happening is, if you're a good person, people generally are going to be very what?
Very offensive with you. Yeah.
Very, very protective of you, right? Because you're a good person. You have good energy. And so they'll look at these people and they already read their what? Their bad energy, and they'll be like, nah, like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
And so by being a good person and by turning your soul on and being turned on, you actually influence the people, and they protect you because they want to protect your what?
Your one thing.
Your energy. Yeah, because you're yourself. You have a soul.
Yeah.
You have a personality.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's a person.
Yeah.
That's hard to find in these worlds.
They start copying him.
He's a main character.
You know, it's kind of funny. We have a good sample. I don't know if you're watching Yakuchako. I think it was the anime name. Well, that's a character that is he's like a rock lead, and this guy is like, bro, I'm the best on my class and everything. And everyone's like, you are a genius and everything. But the thing is, when it's the next year, there's a little girl that is a genius on the first grade, and she gets to second grade because she's really too good, and everyone gets like really nervous. But this guy's like, you know what? With hard work, I can do it. And this guy faces the genius girl, and the girl wins. And this guy started like overthinking how to like defeat her. If you want to go one of the top 10 of your class, you get to sit down in a golden chair. And that's this guy wants a golden chair because he wants to prove something. He's still focusing on another person.
He's
Because
all his energy is going where?
and
Yeah,
and not in himself. I mean, he's
exactly.
working hard and everything. And it's kind of funny because this guy trains a lot and he never defeats the girl. And when this guy is like really, really frustrated, he hits himself on the wall and he starts like bleeding. And this girl noticed that he's bleeding, and the girl's like trying to help him out. And this guy is like, "So what's gonna happen if you get the golden chair?" And she looks around and she's like, "It's just a chair, bro. That's not my thing." And it's kind of funny because this guy who is working hard is always focusing on having this approval. He wants to be the best and everything. He wants to pretend he's perfect. He's lying to himself at the end of the day. And this genius girl, she just focused on herself and what's going on in the front and making decisions.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about it, they put them to pick up a weapon, and there's like a wooden stick. This guy, because he wants to outmatch this girl, thinking like I'm gonna take the stick because it's like a trick thing. This guy take the sticks, and they tell him like, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was not a weapon. They put it by accident over there." And this guy's like, "What the fuck? You mean it's a stick? Yes, it's a stick." And he gets all frustrated in front of the class. And when he see the junior girl, she just grab it and and it's like, "Bro, you missed in your own self because you want to be better than the other one." And she's like, "I don't want to be best. I just want to be me. That's it." It's kind of sad at the end of the story because this guy never beats the genius girl, and you're gonna see him on the other thing. But I want to focus on that because this girl is the main thing that the book talks about. It. She's focusing on herself. She's not putting a value thing of things because I sit in a golden chair, but it's just a chair. It's just,
exactly.
things are things.
Yeah, and I think that the main thing there too that I would take away from that, like knowing what I know now, is the more that you open yourself up to answers, the more you open yourself up to information, the easier it comes.
Mhm.
And when you're trying to find answers and push yourself and you're trying to like understand something and like really like be like, I have to know, the less you end up knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more I've allowed information to come, the more I'm just like, yeah, that's all connected. Like that connects to that. That's that. That makes more sense. And I've actually figured I've learned more probably in the last like, I don't know, 5 months than I have probably most of my life.
Yeah.
Like things just make so much more sense.
You know,
And everything just connects.
yeah, and there's like another agreement. I remember the four ones. I remember like a couple ones, but the fourth one, and that was my favorite one, that I was saying like, do your best, but not force yourself.
Mhm.
So people always put 100%, but you know you're going good if you don't force yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens to you, like you're doing like muscle memory, like you
Mhm.
move in everything, that it's because you're already on your 100%.
Mhm.
But when people start like forcing and like putting too much attention on one thing, they start forcing themselves. They start being drained. You talk about it. They
Yeah.
start being drained because they
You
already
burn out.
Yeah, they burn out because they're
You're
forcing
too
themselves.
yeah.
They're
You're
forcing
revving the engine too much.
Yeah, and
You're running everywhere.
yeah. So you gotta stop on there. But people believe that, oh no, that's my 100%. No man, you're forcing yourself. That's not
It's
100%.
because they've been conditioned to believe that they need to work super hard to prove something to society,
Mm-hmm.
but that's why this society was built. That's like being in prison and saying you have to like make your bed or you get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
That's a society. That's a pressure that was created by a system that wasn't natural.
But that's how you create a genius. Because if you take away, they start to believe that they're kids again. But now, with awareness, they start to be a genius. I don't remember the full book, but I know all the answers. If we talk about the book, I remember it because I begin to be aware of myself.
Mhm.
Who am I and what I want
Yeah.
to learn. And also the things that they talk about in the book, we can perceive everything, but we
Mhm.
focus on what we get interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what they talk about in the book. If we start like focusing on others and just start focusing on what we want, we gotta be geniuses. All of us, we gotta be geniuses.
And exactly that's what I was saying about the it once. So when I was in high school, they used to talk about there was this well of knowledge for human beings, and they
Uh-huh.
said they oh this like ancient knowledge that there was this well and like and everyone could tap into it and then make like and then I remember we talked about existentialism, which is this guy that goes out in the forest and he finds a spirit and they're like ooh like and again they're kind of like making fun of these people. They're like oh they believe this stuff right and this is what school is doing. I also learned about Zoroastrianism. We had talked briefly about that. We talked about Bacon. We talked about tabula rasa, the think that there were four I am, like that people were born with a clean slate, and just like a couple things, but never like really dived into any of this stuff. Like, right, like really, what does it mean? Or even like Pythagoras, that he was like way more into like sacred geometry than he cared about, like this stuff. So it's kind of like funny because like they teach us like very like surface level about these people, but if you really go deep into what they were talking about, they're talking about spirituality. But they talk about them like, oh, this math equation, because it's almost like they don't want you to actually know what they really talked about. They just want you to make fun of them. Like, oh yeah, these old people knew this stuff. No, 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 no. These people were talking about information about how God and the universe works, like the laws of the universe. Like these ancient people were talking about atoms. The fact that they knew that atoms were a thing. Like there's a point in the universe you cannot go any further. They were talking about this. The Aztecs were mapping out like literally way like mathematical equations that we don't even understand even now.
Yeah.
Like they were calculating things. Like they understood, because remember, pollution isn't just like unhealthy for your body, it's unhealthy for your mind.
Yeah.
Because we used to see the stars. We used to that was a connected language amongst all cultures, right? Because we used to connect with at least that. Like we all would see the same constellations. And that's where the basis of language and letters would come from anyways. It was the constellations and all these things and like the gods and all that. And I was thinking about this too. Why were the planets seen as gods, right? Well, think about it this way. They haven't changed in how long? And they've always what?
Been there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you're a human being and everybody you've ever known has looked at that thing, at some point you just start saying what?
Yeah.
You
know about talking about God? I got a theory, and I was watching Helsing because of that. I was watching Helsing. Have you watched Helsing, right?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
It's like different editions, right?
Yeah, but I like the ultimate one. So it's more focused on the manga. Alucard is Dracula, right? Backwards, because he got defeated by Helsing, but and because he got defeated by what is the name of this guy? I forgot the name, but because I'm high. But honestly, he got a power. He beat someone that he can get the power just by thinking stuff. And because Alucard has like a lot of personalities, and when he absorbs this guy forgets who he was, and because he forget who he was, he stopped existing. So Alucard needs to like withdraw all the personalities and just leave this guy, because this guy needs to remember who he is, because if he thinks about it, he's gonna be like, oh, I'm just no one, and he's gonna be no one. He's gonna disappear. So I got a theory. Maybe when they say God is everywhere, I think he is like a thought only. If we think about God, God's gonna appear, because God can think everything, and he thinks that everything he's gonna create it, right? He can create stuff with no matter. So if you think about it, maybe God is a thought, and when we think about God, God's around here.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is called metacognition.
Okay.
So metacognition is the thought of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
the ability to think of thought. And so then you think, okay, so what is the purpose of existing, right? And so what people say is that we are God experiencing God, like the universe. Like we are the vessels that God needs to be able to understand reality or like benefit from it. Like think of it like this stream, right? Like we are streams to God.
Yeah.
Like how many have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
See.
Where there's like going through like the different like dimensional channels.
See.
Well, that's like Earth. You're just going through.
But there was a thing that on my theory too. Okay, maybe people that say we are God.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're God. Everyone's God, because we're living the same life because God wants to help them himself. Y siento que si Dios se separó en muchas personalidades to understand everyone.
That's Hinduism.
Okay.
That's what they believe.
Ajá, yo estoy llegando en eso, que todos somos
there
Dios.
was a god and he made a female.
Ajá.
Or like talked to a female god or something about a female god, and then she was the god of like illusions.
Yeah.
And so they ended up like making a bunch of like hymns, and then she like put a spell on him that he forgot he was him. And so then the goal is to get back to your connection with your God, which is, oh yeah, I'm God, haha.
Yeah.
Joke's on me.
See,
And
we
that's like
keep
their
going the same cycle because we're the same person.
exactly.
I thought about it and I was like, maybe
Yeah.
that's why they say
Yes.
somos como Dios.
Yes.
Porque, nos hizo de esa imagen is because we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what all the cultures at some point kind of believe in that same. That's why. So if you take away Christianity as like, you know, like you have to, like, you look at spirituality, it all makes a lot more sense than if you just focus on one. That's like if you only read the one of the books, then you get stuck there.
Yeah.
But if you read all the books, like what do they tell you? If you want to understand a lot, read more than one book. And so read all the different theologies, understand all the different ones, and then you're like, that's what it really is. Because at the end of the day, you connect all the like, yep, that makes sense. It's like peer review, right? You read multiple articles to get what?
Information. Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't you do that with God?
No, and it's kind of funny because sometimes we pray like, quisiera que me llegara esto.
Oh.
You're calling God, but God is la persona que te va a llegar de que y you're like, qué bueno que Dios me lo trajo, and I'm like, no, tú me llamaste. We're calling ourselves. O sea,
Exactly. Yeah. The only time I do like I do laugh when God does like the other day I was like I need a hanger. I had looked like 3 times, and I was like I really need a hanger, God.
Yeah.
And I looked one more time, and there it was.
No,
yeah, I was like, thank you, God.
Time, space, it's flow time.
Yes.
Flow.
Yes. And it's just like sometimes that happens. Like everything just happens. Like, do. It just works out. Like today, I had one person no show, and another person showed up early. Or like the other day, like someone showed up way early and someone showed up late. And so they just switched. I was like, you know, it just little moments like that where you're like, okay, or like sometimes the line, like I'll do like a horrible line, and then a week after I'll have no line.
Yeah.
I'm like, I give my karma, you know, and then I try also like, okay, what else can I do with my time? Like again, you're giving me space and time to do something. Like I already planned my life around this, so we're working together. But what can I do now? Like maybe there's something I need to watch, or maybe there's something I need to do, or like sometimes I'll call my dad.
Yeah.
And we'll have like a whole, you know, okay, like today, I'll get off. I call my dad. I do the entire line, and then he's like trying to get off the phone with me. I'm like, okay, and then he gets off, and then I'm like, you know, go over here, and then I'm on my phone because like we're all stuck in traffic, and then my mom calls me, and I'm like, what? And then she's like, I'm right here looking at you. And I look over, and she's right there looking at me, and I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I just crossed, and I'm like, oh, okay, right, and so now. Again, like, what are the chances out of the entire border? I'm right there next to her, and she's looking at me. I'm looking at her. And here we are. And so just like little things like that. And then, yeah, like, what are the chances? It just, but again, everything had to be what?
Yeah.
I had to leave work at that exact time.
Yeah.
And then I called my dad at that exact time, and I got off the phone at that exact time. More than my mom was at that exact time, and and then you were like, hey, and that.
Yeah. It happens. It's a flow of time. You don't control it. You just like go with it.
And the more that you just go with the flow, the less you drown in the stress.
Yeah.
Or
that's the thing. I found that it's human nature to control stuff. We want to control life, but we can't. The only thing we can do is make decisions based on what's going on in the real time events.
Exactly, like that superposition, right? So I can actively change reality now to then kind of guide it or fuse it to whatever direction I want. But it's all about.
It's a spell cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to know ourselves so we can spell cast. We need to be warriors.
Because think about, okay, this is how crazy existence is for us. Okay, think about what thought is. And thought is on some kind of like quantum level. You're moving stuff on some quantum field. Thought is movement of what? Of reality.
Yeah.
So you're literally manipulating reality in your brain. Like this is actively telling it move.
Yeah.
Do this. This doesn't do that. No. This doesn't do that.
No.
Nothing else can do that.
Yeah.
Only we are strong enough that we can literally manipulate matter to our will.
We can.
And that's humans.
Yeah.
Hue, men.
Hue,
Hue, because there's a spectrum
Yeah.
to make the man.
Yeah.
So it's a spectrum. Yeah,
Okay.
even, okay. All right, men give, women receive.
Their insurance out.
Positive, provide, negative, receive. Thought, feeling.
Yeah.
You feel emotions, you provide thought.
And it's kind of funny because mom is the one who shows how to manage feelings with the kids.
Yes.
And the dad just teaches how to be action.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sun and moon.
Uh-huh.
That's why we have a 24-hour hormonal cycle,
Mhm.
which is the sun. And then they have a 4-week hormonal cycle, which is the moon, just like the crescent moon. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And that's why women are the moon and men are sun. That's why we get up in the morning, provide for, but then we must rest.
Yeah.
And we also burn things because we are the what? We're the like.
You know, you think about it. Usually, when the sun gets up, who's the first one in the
Dad.
couple to? Yeah.
Mom doesn't want to get up yet.
No, she just takes a while.
Also, mom's like either she's the first one to bed or the last one to bed. She's
Yeah.
it's never.
She's the last
Actually,
one. Yeah.
It depends. Sometimes she's the first. Sometimes she's like mom's. Her schedule's a little more erratic
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes she's taking care of something, the kids, or sometimes she's got all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up tomorrow. Dad's what?
Yeah.
Because you gotta get to go. Yeah.
And the
That's
sun
the
gets.
sun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You think about it. Uh-huh.
Yeah. When dad always get up right before the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And mom's like,
Leave her alone.
Yeah, leave her alone.
She'll get up when she's ready.
Yeah.
And sometimes the moon's where? In the daytime, the nighttime, yeah. Also, what's other funny about the moon sometimes gets in front of the sun, says, hey, don't forget who's in charge here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta be like, who's, hey, I'm the moon. Kind of scary, huh? Yeah, he's the sun, so what?
Yeah.
Who's always here with you?
Yeah. So,
Huh?
yeah.
Who's closer to you, huh? We're from the same see, because the sun, the moon and the earth also come from the same earth.
Yeah.
Because the moon comes from the earth, so they're actually connected.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So the woman is negative, man
Yeah.
positive. Yeah.
Now here was another crazy thing about so the moon actually always faces the same direction on the earth because it spins like this.
Yeah.
So if you had a bucket and you spun it, you'd always be facing the what? It has that like top, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what the moon does? Same thing.
Yeah.
So we always see the same side of the moon.
Yeah.
So who sees the dark side of the moon?
The sun.
That's right. Dad.
Yeah. Oh, dad.
Only dad gets to see the side of mom.
Yeah.
Only he gets to see the dark side, the emotional side, the more irritable side, the more I need daddy side too. That's why sometimes the moon's not there because she's with who?
Yeah. Okay.
And you know when mom's and dad, you don't go what?
No.
Just go to bed. Just go to bed, you know? That's your side.
Yeah.
It's dark.
It is dark.
It's very dark. Go to bed. See?
That's
See? That's the moon and the sun.
That's funny, yeah.
And women typically like which one? Typically.
Yeah, the dark side.
The moon.
The moon. Yeah, es cierto.
And guys typically like what?
The sun.
Even they get tattoos, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The sun. Sí, pero mi esposa.
Even Sublime is the sun, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's because me and my ex-wife always see like she was the moon, I was the sun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
El sol, el hijo, the sun.
El hijo.
Yeah.
Okay. ¿Y sabes por qué le dicen la Vía Láctea?
Why?
Because when the moon and the sun will have to have children, the children die. La luna, she went all the milk on the stars. That's why they call it like the Milky Way.
See? Yeah, so they just have different ways. I'll even break this down for this is where it gets even crazier. So the Earth itself is technically, you could say, female. And the sun is still the male, right? Because what ends up happening is that, so if you look at the way we're designed, we're very similar to trees. I think we might have talked about this at one point, but we look like trees. We have leaves, branches, we have trunks, we have roots. So we actually are like walking trees in a way.
Yeah.
And even further, so like their roots are like our veins, right? Within the tree, they got their own little system.
Yeah.
Well, it's very similar. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. So we're part earth, we're part water, we're part air, and we're part fire.
Fire.
But it's plasma, it's not fire. It's
Yeah.
plasma.
Yeah.
So what is the current that you see, like the lightning, right? You've
Yeah.
seen lightning, right?
Yeah.
Well, lightning is what we control to make light, right?
Yeah.
Lightning,
Boom, light.
light, right? So we control lightning. Well, we're producing inside of us literally right now what?
Yeah, current.
Which is lightning,
Yeah.
right?
See,
And
because
so-
the brain sends signals and everything.
So when you ask what does it take to start life,
Yeah.
you have the ingredients right there.
Yeah.
You have sacred geometry, which is just shapes, right? So you have certain movement, you have flow with water, right? You've got wind
Yeah.
for air, and you've got earth.
Yeah.
When you put all those elements together with the right type of shock, you get what?
Life. Yeah.
Ta-da!
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Ta-da!
It's the same thing on The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's you need the right movement, the right energy, the right moment, boom. And the element, the plasma, is what it needs to what? Activate, right?
Activate.
So that's why, like, having the belief in spirit is that there's this thing that can activate that is within a frequency that we may not understand. Just like right now, there's Wi-Fi, right? You don't feel it, I don't, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's communicating.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just like sometimes you get a weird vibe or a gut feeling,
Yeah.
like your gut tells you, don't go do that, or you should go do this, or you really want this. And you're like, I guess I really want that now. I guess that's what my gut is telling me.
And that's the thing, because the mind's in a different scale or a different concept of the universe.
It's making sense of the, yes.
Yeah.
It's
But we
making
cannot
sense
see
of
it
it.
because we see light only. We can project light.
We can only, exactly, we only can see what we have been programmed to exist within.
Yeah.
There is a level of programming that we're not meant to operate within. We're not meant to be on the nuclear level.
Yeah.
That's why we're meant to make the bombs.
Yeah.
But we had to like literally fuse things. Still today, like you really break it down, man. Have you seen like computer chips and stuff? The amount of science that is required to go into making a computer chip is like, oh my god, it's like crazy. It's like the level of detail on this, the like microscopic spectic, like, anyways, it's just insane
Yeah.
that a human made this.
Yeah.
It's like humans made this.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, even at one point, God's like, damn, bro, you guys really want to know how it works, huh? You guys playing literally nuclear fire. I gave you the sun, but all right, you want to make a micro sun. You want to rip a time and fabric. Okay, like, here's the thing. At the end of the day, how are you gonna stop the collapse of the universe? You're not. It's not possible. So when the end is the end, it's the end. No matter how, like, I guess they want to be like, I want to be the one that did it the longest. Okay. But it's like that wasn't the whole point, guys.
Yeah.
Like, your point was to just like have an awesome story, not like fight me.
Yeah.
I want to fight you, Dad. Why? Because
yeah.
I just gave you life. Like, I just want you to have a good life. No, I want to fight you. Why? Because you make me die and suffer. But if you didn't suffer and die, you wouldn't appreciate it. No, I want to be God. What? You are me. You'll be back. Enjoy the ride.
It's kind of funny because there's a story with Constantine. You know who's John Constantine? Because he rebooted the Line story with Flash. He got punished because of that, and he's suffering all the suffering that he's gonna put in everything. He's in a prison and he's like trying to escape. But there's like I don't remember the other superhero, but I think it's like a judge. He controls the universe and everything. He's like the Watcher, but on DC. And he's like just watching Constantine like suffering and everything, and he's like, what the fuck? But they don't tell you what's going on. So when Constantine finally escapes from the prison, the other guys like catch him up, and he's like, why you escape? You put me in a prison. I never put you in a prison. I put you in a realm that you can dream everything. You are the only one who's punished yourself.
I was thinking about that right now. I was like, what would I do if I was in a prison? I'd probably just be like in my imagination land.
Yeah, it's because they put him in an imagination.
Yeah, I'd be like an Inception. I'd be living in an alternate reality.
And Constantine finds out himself like, oh damn, I hate myself. And he's like, yeah, man, I put you in a realm that you can dream for everything, and you punish yourself. No one punishes you. And because you get outside of that thing, I gotta punish you now. And he's like, what? Yeah, I'll put you in a realm that you can be good because you saved the world. You punish yourself. And when you think about it, we are programmed or domesticated to punish themselves.
Bingo, like the word. Good.
Yeah. I remember the John Constantine, because Constantine is like a witchcraft and everything, and he has all
Everything we talk about, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And
And when we live on that thing, and because we follow an example
I'll tell you, they put it in your face.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, ha ha ha, and you're like, ha ha, and then nobody gets
But
it.
it's only a smoke. It's only smoke. We've seen smoke all around. That's why
They literally tell you how it works.
Yeah, los Toltecas te dicen it's just a smoke. We're living in smoke. This is not real.
People are like this close from like knowing.
Yeah.
It's like right here.
See.
Right here. And they're like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's because they don't, it's too blurry. They don't understand what they're looking at.
No, or they don't want to understand it because they're afraid to.
Well, they're turned, they're living within a system. The system keeps them low frequency. Remember, that's why they want you to consume. They want you to think of that money is the only thing. Because like all these things are material. So as long as they can keep you where in the physical world, you're in the lowest level of frequency to our possible existence.
See.
This is it.
Yeah.
That's the rock.
They become a soldier. Everyone's following a pattern because they tell them to do it, but they don't know themselves. And that's one of the
become an ant.
Yeah, become an ant.
And they tell you you're a good ant for this.
See.
Ant will do.
Yeah, and because you need the probation of that, you follow a thing.
Yeah.
Because you need that thing. You get needy. They
Exactly.
make you need.
And now we must get the Christ consciousness, which is just common sense.
Yeah.
But if that's the funniest part, it's like even coherence, right? What is coherence? It's just common sense.
See.
And so everyone's like, "Where's common sense at?" It's because no one uses their brain and body anymore, so they don't trust themselves. They don't trust the world. They don't trust the process, so they're broken.
Yeah.
They have no operating system because they don't know how to operate the system.
Yeah, because they want to be accepted, so they follow a pattern.
And that means they're existing within the operating system, and they can break out of that once they know how to operate the system.
See. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Latest.
Hey, ya tuvimos un